Growing up as a teen is not always easy, especially when you must go to school to get an education in order to get a job. Then people will see that you are successful. It is sometimes ridiculous to me that society holds the perception that we all must go to school in order to become successful. But I do believe you don't need to go to school to become successful. Most people won't agree with me on this one, but hear me out. Let me ask you a question. Why do we go to school anyway? Is it to get a job once we're finished? Or is it to become successful? Either way, I'm not saying that school isn't important, but it might not be the reason for everyone's success. Think about it carefully. If we really needed to go to school to become successful, why isn't everybody successful? Why couldn't we use our gifts and talents to acquire what we really want? Singers, sportsmen, sales agents, and even entrepreneurs don't need to go to school to become successful, simply because they already have the skill that they need to succeed in that particular discipline. For example, we all need money, but we don't need to go to school to know how to make money. We just need to garner the right skill sets and mindset. This prolonged pandemic has certainly opened our third eye to this. Since so many persons have lost their jobs, they had to create new ways to earn income, and this doesn't include going to school. What if I told you there are people in this world who never finished school but are very successful today? Yes, don't believe me? Ask Google. In fact, here are 13 entrepreneurs who never finished school but are very successful today. But just before you get into this list, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new for more cool content, and ring that notification bell so you'll never miss another video. If you want to discover who these top 13 entrepreneurs are, then continue to watch this video. You might be surprised to know who number 5 is. Number 13, Michael Dell. The founder of Dell dropped out of the University of Texas in his very first year. During his time in college, he had started to upgrade all computers to sell them for a profit from his dorm room. His first company, which he started at age 19, called PC Limited, became Dell Computer Corp later. In the year 1992, at the age of only 27, he was the youngest CEO on the Fortune 500 list. The tech entrepreneur's net worth is estimated to be around $40.6 billion as of 2021. So, the next time you think about using a Dell computer, you should thank the college dropout for making this phenomenon that will stay with us for many, many more years to come. A round of applause! Number 12, Steve Jobs. For those iOS lovers out there, Steve Jobs is actually the founder of the multiple billion-dollar company of Apple. Yes, that's correct. One of the fastest growing producers of smartphones in our time. The founder of Apple left to read college when he was just 19, reportedly because it was too much of a financial burden for his family. But despite his short tenure at Reed, Jobs still found his time there valuable. In a 2005 commencement speech at Stanford, he credited a Reed calligraphy course for providing the inspiration for the typography he used on his first Mac. Number 11, Julian Assange. Julian Assange is known for using his genius IQ to hack into the databases of many high-profile organizations. Before he was a controversial computer hacker, Julian Assange studied mathematics at the University of Melbourne. He showed early indications of his anti-establishment ideals when he dropped out at the age of 19 over objections to practice of students working on computer projects for the Australian military. In the year 2006, Assange began working on WikiLeaks, a website intended to collect and share confidential information on an international scale, and he earned the Time Magazine Person of the Year title in 2010. Number 10. Bill Gates. Bill Gates attended the Harvard University for 2 years before leaving to build what would become Microsoft. Gates told students at Harvard during a Q&A session that he wished he had been more sociable. Instead of minding with his peers, Gates said his college priorities were almost solely academics. "I wish I had gotten to know more people," he said. "I was just so into being good at the classes and taking lots of classes." The sparse social life that Gates said he did manage to have was thanks to his good classmate and college friend, Steve Ballmer. The two started out as dorm neighbors who would go to see movies and study together. Even though Ballmer was very different from Gates on the surface. Unlike Gates, Ballmer was extroverted and got involved in a variety of extracurricular activities, including social clubs and campus publications. The Harvard Crimson described Bill Gates as Harvard's most successful dropout, and today he is one of the wealthiest persons on the planet. His net worth is around $124 billion as of 2021. Number 9. Mark Zuckerberg. 12 years after dropping out of Harvard University, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Facebook, finally has a college degree from his old university. Zuckerberg, who left college in the year 2005 after his sophomore year to build his infant social media platform into the multi-billion-dollar company it has become, received an honorary degree from Harvard on Thursday. Although the tech mogul never officially graduated himself, he was still the featured speaker during Harvard's afternoon commencement service. Do you think Mark Zuckerberg would have been much more successful if he hadn't quit college? Comment below and let me hear your thoughts. Number 8. Larry Ellison. Today, Larry Ellison is known as a software billionaire and founder of Oracle. When he was growing up, his adoptive parents encouraged him to become a doctor. Ellison said his plan growing up was to attend USC Medical School, get married, raise a family, and move to Los Angeles to become a doctor, which was considered the pinnacle of professions on the south side of Chicago. Larry said virtually everyone important in his life, his family, his teachers, his girlfriend, wanted him to become a doctor. Ellison said over time, their dreams became his dreams. They convinced him that he should become a doctor. But as hard as he tried, Ellison said he couldn't force himself to study something that he didn't like. And after a few difficult years of being an unhappy pre-med student, he finally decided to drop out of college and move to California. Despite being a university dropout, he is a successful entrepreneur with a net worth of over $79.7 billion as of 2021. Number 7. John Combe. John Combe is an Ukrainian-American billionaire entrepreneur and computer programmer. He is the co-founder and was the CEO of WhatsApp, a mobile messaging application which was acquired by Facebook. John Combe enrolled at San Jose State University and moonlighted at Ernst & Young as a security tester. In the year 1997, he found himself sitting across a desk from Acton, Yahoo Employee 44, to inspect the company's advertising system. 6 months later, Holm was interviewed at Yahoo and got a job as an infrastructure engineer. He was still at San Jose State University when 2 weeks into his job at Yahoo, one of the company's servers broke. Yahoo co-founder David Fillo called his phone for help. Holm told him he hated school anyway and decided to quit college. Now, despite Holm's rough start, he is one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world with a net worth of $10.1 billion. Number 6. Travis Kalanick. 8 years ago, Travis Kalanick launched a startup called Uber Cab in San Francisco. Now, Uber is a global behemoth and one of Silicon Valley's most successful companies, and one of the most contentious. Uber operates in nearly 600 cities worldwide and is said to be worth nearly $70 billion. The 40-year-old Kalanick is now said to have a net worth of more than $6 billion. But before becoming the CEO and founder of Uber, Travis Kalanick studied computer engineering at the UCLA. Kalanick decided to quit college just months before graduating. But did you know that Travis' real dream was not to become the owner of the multi-million-dollar company? Yes. In one interview, he reportedly said that he wanted to become a spy while growing up as a kid. And as odd as it may sound, it is true. But do you think Travis would have been way much better at being a spy or an entrepreneur? Let me hear your thoughts below. Number 5. John Mccain. John Mccain was the man who started Whole Foods Market, which went on to become the largest natural supermarket chain and the only one with a national footprint. Whole Foods was founded in Austin, Texas in 1980 when hippie college dropout John Mccain and 3 partners merged 2 1970s health food chains. At that time, John Mccain was studying religion and philosophy at the University of Texas before dropping out. He borrowed $45,000 to start a health food store called Safeway in downtown Austin. Mccain grew his business into what is now called organic grocery Behemoth Whole Foods. Today, the $14.2 billion Whole Foods operates 424 stores, including 18 in Canada and the United Kingdom. So for all you food lovers out there, take a page out of John Mccain's book and buckle up for a food store. Number 4. Rachel Ray. Celebrity chef Rachel Ray is known for her Food Network shows, many cookbooks, and the national television talk show Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray held several jobs in the food industry before her signature 30-minute meals classes were picked up on by the local television newscasts. She went on to host several Food Network shows, author of tons of cookbooks, launched her own magazine, and started a national talk show Rachel Ray, for which has been nominated for multiple daytime Emmy Awards since its premiere, and has won several trophies. But before any of these success, Rachel Ray was just a girl who was raised in Lake Georgia, New York, surrounded by the family in restaurant business. After graduating high school in 1986, Rachel Ray attended Pace University, which is located just north outside of New York City. After 2 years of studying literature and communications, she left to reconsider her career goals. Since then, Rachel has become an author, television host, and businesswoman who has a net worth of over $60 million. Are you hungry for more? Let's dive into this one. Number 3. Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons is a business tycoon of American origin. He is the chairman and CEO of Rush Communications and the co-founder of the hip-hop music label Def Jam. He has also established the clothing fashion lines Fat Farm, Ugly Culture, and Tentaris. Russell was born on October 4, 1957 in Queens, New York, to parents who were both administrators. Although Simmons had parents working in the administration field, Simmons chose to do music instead. He attended the City College of New York, where he met Karp Walker, who would introduce him to the world of hip-hop. Simmons, already knowing that he wanted to become a part of the music world, quit City College of New York in order to promote local musicians like Curtis Blow and Run DMC. Today, Simmons is not only seen as a music icon, but one of the most successful businessmen who emerged from a black background. Today, he has a net worth of over $314 million. Number 2. David Karp. David Karp created Tumblr, now the 9th most visited site in the United States, despite never graduating high school. Never mind college. Karp didn't even graduate high school. He was already a product manager at Urban Baby, an internet forum for parents, at the age of 16. He had dropped out of Bronx Science High School a year earlier in 2001 to be homeschooled and never obtained a high school diploma. From there, he started Davidville, where he built the beginnings of Tumblr, that quickly became his full-time focus and the company's, now the United States' 9th most viewed website. Karp himself is worth an estimated $200 million. Number 1. Daniel Ek. Daniel Ek co-founded the widely popular music streaming service Spotify at the age of 21. Ek left his studies in engineering at the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden after 8 weeks in 2005. He became a millionaire just a few years later. At the age of 14, Ek founded his first company. He applied for an engineering job at Google at age 16. 5 years later, he co-founded Spotify. The company now has more than 32 million paying subscribers worldwide. These entrepreneurs might have failed school, but certainly not success. Now that you know which entrepreneurs failed school, but have still managed to become successful, do you think you still need to go to school to become successful? Let me hear your thoughts down below. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And hit the like button and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss another video. Let us know what other entrepreneurs you'd like to hear about on Entrepreneur Dust. And remember, failure is another stepping stone to greatness. So if you failed school, don't fail in life. We appreciate you.